What's up, my witches? Welcome back to my channel. I am the City Witch, and today we're going to be reviewing this brand new oracle deck that my partner very kindly bought me as a birthday present. So this is called the Claridad Oracle deck, designed by Anna B. Galano, and I think I'm saying the name correctly, but I do apologise if I'm pronouncing it wrong. So this is what the back of the cards looks like. Obviously you are going to be able to tell if the card is reversed or not, and these do have reversed meanings. So I personally prefer the back of the card to be very, very plain. So I think just having the eye and then a galaxy theme behind it in one colour would have been much better, and then not having the name or anything on it would have been better as well. But that's just my personal preference. The reason I don't have the deck inside a box is because this is the box they came in, guys. A really plain, basic white box. It's really squidgy as well, so it's not really going to protect the cards. So I've decided not to use this box. I'm actually going to use a different box that I have that's slightly more decorative, that was also bought many years ago as a gift. So this deck is a self-published deck, and you can only buy it from Etsy, and I will put the shop link in the description of the video, so should you wish to buy this deck for yourself, you'll know exactly where to go and how much it's going to cost you. Now, I don't know what my partner paid for this, but glancing today at the price on Etsy, it's currently at £62. So to get a deck that is £62 and then receive a box like that, I actually think was slightly disappointing. I think that if you're going to design a deck, regardless of whether it's a self-publish or not, the box should be at least hard wearing and stand the test of time, and it should at least be decorated. I mean, a plain white box like that, I think that's a tiny bit lazy. So that actually loses this deck a few points, in my opinion. The cards are pretty good cardstock, and as you can see, they are a slight gloss finish. They are pretty flexible, but they're not ridiculously thin like other decks that I have. I prefer my decks to be slightly thicker cardstock than this, but this is okay. The cards are standard size and they have a nice rounded edge to them, and they have no design, foil, gilding on the sides. They are just plain white. The deck is 78 cards, so it could easily match a tarot deck and could actually be used as a tarot deck if you really wanted it to. Now, while each card doesn't have something on it that indicates it relates to a tarot card, because of the way these cards are, and you'll see what I mean in a moment when I flip them over, you could probably align each of these with a particular tarot card if you wanted to. Now, this is designed to be a deck for a psychic. So you're supposed to be working with your clairs. So clairaudience, clairsentience, and so on and so forth. So this awakens your psychic self, your third eye, and opens you up and will help you psychically connect during your readings. I plan to use this as a deck where I can gain more insight when I do certain types of readings. So as a professional tarot reader, I get a lot of questions from the public that are phrased similar to this. You know, how do they feel about me? What are they thinking about me right now? And tarot can't really answer those sorts of questions. It wasn't designed for that originally. So usually you have to have an oracle on hand to answer those sorts of questions. This is perfect for that, because this actually gets into the nitty-gritty of emotions. There's cards in here for anger and happiness and love and seduction and things like that. So it would actually give you an idea of what they're thinking, what they're feeling, you know, where their mind is at, so their mentality, and physically where they're at in life as well. Are they struggling? Are they frustrated with something? Is that going to impact you trying to get to know this person? So there's a lot of different ways this deck could be used, but that's how I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it to kind of get into the mind of the individual I'm looking at and try and give more information to my client. So let's turn the cards over and I'll show you what I mean. So these are all in alphabetical order at the moment. I've not shuffled them or anything. All I've done is cleanse them. So this is card number 1, and as you can see, it says anger, and it's telling you that it's detached, bitter, irritated. And then if you turn it, It actually has some words here for its reversed meaning. So reasonable, pleasant, centered. So they are now pleasant and centered, but they were previously angry, bitter, irritated in some way, and frustrated. So you can kind of see where they were and where they are now. So really handy. I also really like the artwork on these cards. They're very vibrant, very colourful, very bright. So that's card number 1. And I say this is a 78 card deck, guys. Next one we have is Arrogance, which says conceited, selfish, critical. And when we turn it, it says humble, kind-hearted, and lenient. There you go. Card number 3, Baggage. Obstacles, burden, resistance. So this would be a really good one that could either be the 10 of Swords or the 10 of Wands. Because both of those can be very much having burden put upon you and that kind of uphill struggle or that mental struggle. So this could be either one of those. And then when we turn it the other way, we have benefit, support, enthusiasm. Card number 4, beginning, renewal, genesis, awakening. Oh, that's cute, isn't it? So you've got the adult in the background heading towards light, but then you've also got this baby who's at the start of its journey. So maybe this person's at the end of their journey and this one's at the start of their journey. So it's definitely got that awakening, that genesis, that renewal energy. And then when we turn it, it says destruction, ending, and failure. Ooh, interesting. Let me know what you think of these cards, guys, because I find them really interesting. The next one is boss, leader, decisive, mentor, insecure, hesitant, novice. There's a close-up of it. Career, purpose, eagerness, focus. I like the way we've got like all this like symbolism for money and like, you know, being mentally focused upon that, and then he's watering these plants, so it's like nurturing himself. That's really interesting. And then in the reverse it says indifference, apathy, disinterest. This would be a really good 8 of Pentacles, because 8 of Pentacles is often about, you know, what you put into something is what you're going to get out of it. Next one is celebration, alliance, gratitude, inspiration. Oh, that's a fun card, isn't it? Look, they're all having fun. They're all smiling. It's brilliant. And then when we turn it, it says separation, disregard, burden. Ooh. So this one could represent breaking up with friends, like bridges becoming damaged and broken. Next one is child. Curious, play, innocent. Oh, that's really fun. We've got some kids' drawings in the background. We've got colours. She's wearing her lovely straw hat. She's got a lollipop. It's cute. And then when it's reversed, it says indifferent, toil, and corruption. Ooh, okay. I'd have gone with, you know, because if this is supposed to be curious, play, innocence, I'd have gone with maybe instead of innocence, naivety there, and instead of play, maybe boredom or lack of interest, disinterest, and instead of curious, maybe, yeah, bored would be a good one for that. So disinterest for play, and instead of curious, go with boredom. So I would probably change the meaning of that ever so slightly. So that one I don't think was well chosen in regards to the words, but let me know what you guys think. Next card we have codependent. Ooh, and it says fixation, desperation, needful. So this one can be a card of obsession maybe, which obviously is very toxic. And then in its reverse we have peaceful, unfazed, independent. Okay. Ooh, I like the barbed wire, the smoky effect, that she's turning her face away. He's coming on too strong there, isn't he? I actually think I would have preferred the imagery to have been her coming onto him and being quite forceful and manipulative. I think too often sometimes we we link those words with men doing this, but women are capable as well. So maybe, you know, it could have been another couple in the background, but it's the reverse. It's the woman being a bit forceful maybe, and show how the differences are between men and women and how they behave in that way. That would have been very interesting, I think. Then we've got collaboration, encourage, motivate, respect. That's nice, isn't it? They're very happy, they're very smiley, they've got the backs to back, they look like they've accomplished something. And I like the way the universe is kind of, instead of the world being their oyster, it's like the universe is our oyster, you know, the sky's the limit kind of energy. And then reverse, it says, inhibit, discourage, hostility. Ooh, okay, so this is like, because if collaboration's about teamwork and connecting with others, this would be, you know, focusing maybe on your differences instead of your similarities, being uncooperative and being unable to get along with others and struggling to connect. Then we have community, support, solidarity, collective. And then in its reverse, it says obstacles, discord, division. That's interesting, isn't it? The word division, you don't see that come up very often. So I like this one. I like that the people are not always straight up people. They're like cartoony a little bit, like they're drawn or painted, which is very interesting. And I'm seeing lots of different, you know, backgrounds, different types of people, different imagery. We're seeing a few different genders as well. Not seeing so many different ages at the moment yet. So next one is courage. Confident, determined, fearless. Ooh, I've got a firefighter. Yeah, you'd have to be fearless, wouldn't you, to be a firefighter? Because you're putting your life on the line every single day. That's interesting as well. The kind of golden circle around the back of his head there, almost like it's a halo, like, you know, like he's a superhero, or, you know, what am I looking for? Like a guardian angel, something like that. And then when we reverse it, it says uncertain, ambivalent, hesitant. Ooh. Okay. With confident, because like you'd have to be fearless and courageous. So I'd have gone with maybe afraid or anxiety, maybe with this one. But you know, you could probably add your own words to it, depending on what you're feeling in the moment for each reading. Curiosity, explore, research, question. He's in a library. Avoid, ignore, yield. Ooh, yield. That's an interesting word, isn't it? There's a few words coming up that you just don't get very often. I'm not sure about this star, this like sparkly star. It's pretty and everything. I don't mind it on the imagery, but is that supposed to represent like the spark, you know, of creativity, you know, the spark of something, you know, is that what that's supposed to be? I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Ooh, death. Ooh, I've gone all cold touching this card. So this one says transition, decision, renewal. Ooh, and then when we reverse it, it says delay, hesitation, decline. Interesting. I'd have put maybe mortality on there, representing that everything comes to an end, everything kind of has its time. You could have also put, rather than transition, or keep transition, and maybe put transformation on there as well. Because the death card in tarot is always about kind of closing one chapter to begin something new, and you're very much ending a journey to begin a new journey. You're not continuing your journey. So yeah, liminality comes with this card as well. I like the way we've got the sun kind of peeking through this old church here, or maybe a cathedral. And then we've got obviously the carriage carrying a coffin. It's not too in your face. It's not like an image of death, because a lot of tarot decks use skulls and the Grim Reaper. This is kind of more gentle and subtle, and I like that. I appreciate that a lot. Detached, aloof, withdrawn, composed. Ooh, we've got like this shadowy woman here. Like, I can't tell what she's holding there. Maybe a tissue. She looks like she's crying. We've got a house in the background. And then we've got this guy kind of like, how you doing? A bit like Joey from Friends. And he's clearly looking somewhere else. This is definitely like a card of being ghosted, isn't it? Reversed, it says approachable, friendly, excitable. Okay, so some enthusiasm when it's reversed, but when it's like this, you know, they're not trustworthy, they're going to ghost you. The reason they're aloof is because they're not interested and they don't have the same emotional attachment as you do. She's definitely crying there, I would say. That's so interesting, the way they portrayed that. Distress, malady, anguish, anxiety. Ooh, okay. We've got quite a few layers of things going on here. We've got kind of, I don't know if that's the moon in the background there. This guy's obviously rubbing his head. Then we've got another version of him there. She's kind of looking kind of distracted and off in the distance. And then we've got another version of it here. So this is like their mentality, isn't it? Their emotions and the turmoil within. And then this is externally what they look like on the outside. And then when we turn it, it says wellness, delight, and peace. Ooh, interesting. Enemy. Ooh, rivalry, resentment, bitterness. I like the way he's kind of giving her the finger and she's shouting at him. Like he's clearly not hearing the message, is he? That's interesting. And then when we turn it, we've got harmony, satisfaction, sweetness. Oh, I like that one. I like the imagery in it. And then the next one is excitement, action, passion, motivation. Ooh, I like the way he's disabled as well. That's something we haven't seen yet, have we? Some kind of disability. So I like that. He's not letting it stop him though, is he? He's proper flying. Nice. And then reversed, it says stagnant, fatigue, and deterrent. Okay. I do like that though. Again, that's not something you see very often, but I appreciate that. Father, shielding, wise, patient. Oh, that's cute, isn't it? Father with his son. Oh, I love the way he's got the tattoo of Superman on there, like he's his son's hero. That's cool. I really like that. And then reversed, it says in danger, irresponsible, intolerant. Ooh, I like the way the word irresponsible is on there. And then we've got family, tribe, trust, and safety. Oh, that's nice. It's like a family portrait as well. And then when we reverse it, it says outsider, uncertainty, exposure. Ooh. Okay. Maybe exposed to outside forces or influences, maybe. Interesting word, exposure. Then we've got forgiveness. Oh, I'm sorry. And they're hugging it out. That's nice. So this says apology, sympathy, and kindness. And when we reverse it, it says accusation, callous, resentment. Ooh, okay. Fortune. Yeah, I'd be happy if it was raining money like that as well. Look at his face. He's like, yes. So fortune, it says windfall, praise, blessings. And when we reverse it, it says depletion, criticism, hardship. Ooh, okay. Next one is foundation, support, stability, security. And we've got a guy building. So he's quite literally a construction engineer. Wow. And then when we flip it, it says obstacle, frailty, doubt. So this card for me, you know, is about building solid foundations. And if you don't start the right way, then the whole thing's going to come crumbling down, isn't it? So this could very well represent maybe the Tower card, potentially. Or it could represent... Ooh, I feel like it could be the energy of maybe... I don't know, maybe the Four of Pentacles or maybe another type of Pentacles card, because there's a few there that can represent stability and support. It's interesting. Then we've got friend, affection, trust, honesty. Oh, that's nice. That's a really sweet picture. And then we've got malice, doubt, and deception. Yeah, so maybe like a frenemy. So just be careful. It's nice and colourful, isn't it, with all the yellows? Ooh, gamble, risk, explore, results. Ooh. I like that we've got these like playing cards, but they're on fire. And like this character here is definitely like giving in, isn't he, to temptation, to addiction. And then reversed, it's got stability, settle, defeat. Ooh, it's really interesting. But for me, it's not just risk and results. This for me is also a card of addiction, I would say, because gambling is a type of addiction. So you'd have to, you know, obviously monitor the cards around it, but that could represent some type of addiction. Then we've got gift, bonus, reward, boon. That's cute, isn't it? We've got a present saying for you. And then when we reverse it, it says loss, penalty, misfortune. Interesting. Reversed, I would probably say it's like the gift not received, or you receive a gift maybe you don't want. News of some kind that you kind of just either didn't want or you weren't expecting, potentially. Next card is gossip, rumours, envy, interference. Yeah, I'd have gone with slander maybe as well. And then when we reverse it, we've got facts, respect, assistance. Yeah, gaining the facts. Like, have your facts straight before you start spouting nonsense. I like that. I like the way she's separate as well from this group of people that are clearly gossiping about her, and she's kind of just like walking away like, nah, not interested. Next card is guarded, cautious, inaccessible, anxious. And then when we reverse it, it says trusting, receptive, confident. Okay. It's an interesting expression, isn't it? Like, this is definitely like, I don't trust you. And there's like a shield here around her neck as well, but it's plain wood. Like a plaque of some kind, or a barrier. That's interesting. Also looks almost like they're in a bathroom, or, you know, with the tiles being blue, it's that cold, distant energy, isn't it? Like they're very much got the shields up. The walls are up. Interesting. Healer. Capable. Empathy. Comforting. Ah, and we've got a doctor or a nurse. And then when we turn it, it says impotent, indifference, discouraging. Okay. Next card is home, safety, refuge, sanctuary. Ah, I like that they chose the living room for that as well, because that's the most sociable room in the house, next to the kitchen, of course. And then you've got danger, exposure, and hellhole. Ooh, that's a strong word, isn't it? Hellhole. Maybe if your house is needing a lot of love, that could be money pit as well, which is why it's a hellhole. Interesting. Hope. So this one says faith, inspiration, and balance. Yeah, and we've got like the day, we've got the night. This feels a little bit like the Two of Pentacles, you know, like juggling a little bit. And then when we reverse it, it says mistrust, burden, instability. Husband, provider, assertive, stable. Okay, I think this is one of the first older men we've seen. And he's out in the forest, sat on a tree stump. It's really interesting, these like circles of colour around their heads, and a lot of the characters seem to have that as well. Parasite, insecure, unbalanced. Wow, they are harsh words. But you know what, sometimes we need to hear the harsh reality, don't we? Indecision, options, hesitation, confusion. Ooh, and we're at a crossroads, and clearly this person's stuck and doesn't know which way to go. And then when we turn it, it says convinced, confidence, informed. Okay, so this is more like you've made a decision, or you've been convinced to do something rather than like trusted your own instinct. Intuition, perception, empathy, foresight. Ooh, and she's got a third eye drawn there. And then we've got all these waves of psychic energy coming off her. It's interesting. And then when we flip it, it says delusion, detachment, inattention. So not really paying attention to the signs. Jealousy, suspicion, control, defensive. I like the way we've got another version of him hidden, but there's a mask there as well. Like he's not showing his true self. And then when we reverse it, trusting, surrender, confident. So rather than being jealous about what someone has or what they're doing, you know, when it's reversed, it's like, nah, I don't need that. I'm cool as I am, you know? It's that kind of confidence in your own skin with what you have, what you've achieved. You don't need or want what others have because you only need or want what you know is right for you. Interesting. A lot of these cards are really inspirational. Joy, satisfied, peaceful, and blissful. Ooh. This is going to be hard to read because they're in really faded green, but it says frustrated. Can't quite tell what's an F. Frustrated, volatile, miserable. Ooh, okay. Well, the opposite of joy would definitely be sadness, wouldn't it? I don't think the ink is very good on that. Like, just going to show you that closer. You can barely see the words there. They should have chosen to keep that either white or maybe black. Juggle, balance, perform, manage. Ooh, and we've got some kind of an athlete or maybe a dancer stretching. And then, ooh, that's interesting. You know, when you turn it, look at it from this perspective. So it says unstable, idle, struggle. I like the imagery on that card. Next one is justice, decision, contract, negotiation. I'd have gone with law and order instead of decision. I like the way we've got Lady Liberty in the background. Sorry, tripping over my words. And then we've got like a courthouse and we've got these two people shaking on it like they're lawyers. And then when we turn it, it says confusion, conflict, dispute. Dispute's a good word. Conflict's okay. Confusion. I'm not sure I'd have gone with confusion. I'd have gone with maybe injustice. Might be a better word. Journey. Quest, travel, crossroads. Oh, it's a nice country road. And reversed, it says inaction, clinging, certainty. Why certainty? Why not uncertainty? Interesting. Karma. Justice, equalize, destiny. It's an interesting way to display karma, isn't it? With this like fiery bubble and then like you're facing almost the abyss a little bit, like staring it down, like you're faced with the reality of your decisions and choices. And then here we've got vindication, nullify, decisions. Yeah, like reflecting upon your decisions in life. Light worker, inspiring, wise, esoteric. Ooh, look at all the many hands. And again, we've got one of these like bubbles around the head. Kind of wish I knew what that meant, the bubbles around the head. So reversing it, it says mundane, dull, superficial. Okay. Ooh, lovers. So this says passion, bond, ally. Ooh, it's a really sexy image, isn't it? And then reversing it, it says disregard, betrayal, stranger. Ooh, so maybe a one-night stand if it's reversed. Loyalty, devoted, considerate, selfless. I love that there's a dog there because dogs are like the epitome of loyalty. And then we flip it and it says unreliable, tactless, egocentric. Wow. Marriage. Oh, we've got hand fastening. We've got like a wedding arch, candles. That's beautiful. And this is commitment, union, devotion. And when we reverse it, it's negligence, separation, indifference. Meditation, reflection, enthusiasm, renewal. Again, we've got an older lady here in the image. And it says disregard, apathy, stagnation for its reversed messages. Memories, nostalgic, longing, review. Oh, I like the way she's pinning up all these beautiful photos of all her memories. And then reversed it says content, satisfied, disregard. So this way is definitely like a blast from the past kind of energy, focusing on what was most important to you, reflecting upon the past. And when you turn it, it's kind of like oh, it's nice to reflect, but I'm not going to let it hold me back. Message, news, communication, revelation. Okay, she looks happy to receive that news. And then when we flip it, it says silence, speechless, secret. Ooh, silent treatment. Someone not telling you everything or not communicating with you despite the fact you want them to. Miracles, magic, faith and signs. Oh, I love that we've got this beautiful tree in the background. We've also got some numerology going on. I suppose some people would call that angel numbers. We've got 111, 555, 1121. I think there's another number there, but I can't quite make it out. And then we've got this beautiful seedling growing next to this ancient tree. And then when I reverse it, it says fear, hoax, logic. Okay, so use discernment, reason and logic. Mirage, illusion, craving, decoy. Yeah, it's not real. And then when we flip it, truth, dislike, alert. Yeah, because truth can be a harsh reality, whereas sometimes we like to live in illusions and fantasy, don't we? Often that's better than the reality, and that's why. Next one is mirror, counterpart, truth, reflection. Counterpart. I like that. I like the way they're facing off against each other as well. Like they're almost wearing the same stuff. So obviously they're wearing a blue top each, they're wearing the brown trousers, but obviously we've got, you know, female and male, you know, they're both brown haired, you know, they're different, polar opposites, but at the same time the same. And then when we reverse it, it says opposites, illusion, fragmentation. Some interesting words on these cards. Next one is mother. Makes sense because we've had a father card. So this one's loving, creative, supportive. Ah, I like where she's like the queen, you know, taking care of her little prince or princess. And then when we reverse it, it says cold, uninspired, discouraging. Okay. Interesting. Interesting choice of words for the negative. I'd have perhaps gone with something different, like struggling, you know, burdened, because it's hard work taking care of a child. Muse, inspire, arouse, influence. She's dancing, she's partying, she's living her best life. And then when we flip it, it says demoralize, bore, deter. Ooh, that's an interesting card. Player. That's something you don't see very often in tarot or oracle decks for that matter. So this says flirt, cunning, fraud. Yeah, they're not serious if they're a player. And when we reverse it, it says faithful, truthful and genuine. So you might think they're a player, but actually they're being truthful with you. It's very interesting. It's hard to know who's the player there as well because they both have similar expressions. And I like this mix of kind of purple and pink. Pink for like the love, but purple for, you know, dominance and power and control. Ooh, That's a good card. And then we've got purity, virtue, compassion, warmth. Oh, it's pretty. And then reversed, it says corruption, apathy, hostility. Next card is recluse, independent, detached, rebel. He's living alone in the woods. He's kind of like a middle-aged guy. He's going a little bit grey on the beard there. And reversing it, it says controlled, approachable, conformist. Okay. Yeah, because I suppose if you're independent, you can't be controlled. And if you're detached, then you're not part of the tribe, are you? And if you're doing something different to the norm, then you are a rebel. That's a good card. Regret. Ooh, guilt, apology, embarrassment. Okay. And then innocent, indifference, and confidence for the reversed. So maybe if you did regret something, if it's reversed, it's showing that you're willing to own your shit and hold your hands up and say, I'm only human, I made a mistake, I'm sorry, and you'll take responsibility. Whereas this way, it's just more, you might regret it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna apologize. Even though the word apology is there, it could be that you're too embarrassed and feel too guilty and don't know how to approach the other person and you're stuck. And it'll be revealing what the other cards say around that one as well. Reunion, reconciliation, serenity, fulfillment. And again, they're hugging it out. And then we've got separation, conflict, defeat. So this would be a good card if you're trying to ask about reconnecting with someone. And if this showed up reversed, it would definitely tell you that no, it's done and dusted, you need to walk away. Whereas if it came up that way, you know there's an opportunity for reconciliation, forgiveness, and, you know, finding that bond and fixing and healing it. Secrets. Disloyal, hostile, hypocrite. Ooh, I like the way she's tearing her face off. Like the mask is coming off, and then we've got this like door behind her as well. That's so interesting. Reversed, it says trustworthy, helpful, sincere. Okay, it's another good message. Servant, obligation, submissive, discreet. Ooh, so someone's walking all over you, basically. You're a doormat. And then when we reverse it, it says defiance, rebellious, blatant. Yes, stand up for yourself. It's another good card. Shadow, judge, bury, loathe. Yeah, because like if you're working on your shadow self, it's usually things that you're not so proud of and you really don't want them to be in the limelight, so you hide those aspects of yourself, usually because you don't like those parts of yourself, whether you're a jealous individual, or you can get very needy, you know, or maybe you've suffered severe trauma, and when your trauma comes out, it's difficult to explain why you were triggered. Yeah, it's interesting that they've put a card for shadow in here. And then when we reverse it, it says understand, reveal, adore. Yeah, so understand why you're triggered, you know, what the hurt and pain is, get to the root of the problem, you know, reveal and search and look for it, and then bring it into the light and embrace it and adore yourself as you are, you know, scars and all. That's a powerful card. Silence, withdrawn, aloof, unbending. Ooh, he's silenced by tape across his mouth. It's interesting, we've got this female character in the background there, kind of shadowed, watching. Ooh, so he's definitely had his voice taken away from him. And then when we turn it, it says confident, responsive, flexible, so you will not be silenced. Sorrow, oh, mourning, ashamed, heartache. I'd have gone with despair instead of ashamed, personally. And we've got a heart broken in the background. He's clearly in the pits of despair. This kind of could be the Three of Swords card, if you're comparing it to tarot. Reversed, it says happiness, carefree, blissful. I'd have gone with actually healing and recovery, you know, mending your heart, taking time for yourself would have been a bit better with that one, you know. And with sorrow could come loss as well. Then we have Soul Tribe. So we had, you know, kind of a family card. Now this is Soul Tribe, people that are connected to you externally through work or, you know, friendship. So affinity, recognition, kindness. They are excellent words for this card. Reversed, it says aversion, insensitivity, animosity. Okay. I like that card. It's very pretty. Spotlight. She looks more like she's being beamed up by a spaceship than stood in a spotlight. It says exposure, attention, reputation. Okay. And then reversed, it says secret, invisibility, dishonor. Yeah, because if you're not in the spotlight, you're obviously not being noticed or seen. It's interesting. Because like it feels like a card of fame, doesn't it? Like popularity a little bit, that one. The next card is surprise, revelation, news, blessings. So this is happy surprises. And then reversed, it says hiding, silence, ordeal. Ooh. I'd have maybe gone with bad news. Or instead of surprise. Or it could still be a surprise, but maybe not an enjoyable surprise. Surveillance. Ooh, that's another good card. Curiosity, vigilant, guardian. And then we've got this hooded figure with a computer. We've got this woman looking around the brick wall, spying on this individual here. So this is like literally like your card of being a spy, isn't it? Intel gathering. And then when we reverse it, it says disregard, indifferent, menace. Ooh, see, for me, this is like, because you're crossing a few lines, aren't you? Yeah, do your due diligence, but you can cross lines into, you know, breaking someone's privacy, invading their space. You know, this is a very interesting card. Thief, imposter, deceptive, calculating. I like, oh, we've got these thieves breaking in the night. Ooh, he's holding like a watch there. Interesting. She's got a golden like lasso around her, or rope. And then when we reverse it, it says genuine, honourable, sincere. Okay. I'd have maybe gone with the word integrity. That comes up for me. And respect. Time, history, memories, illusion. Got a lot of clocks going on here. And then when we reverse it, it says fate, forgotten, reality. Ooh. I'd go with time's run out as well. Transformation, activation, rebirth, evolution. So maybe this is why the death card didn't say transformation on it and they went with the word transition instead. I love the use of the butterflies because, as we know, they turn from caterpillars into butterflies. And I like the wings here as well. Like you're set free, you can fly once again. And then when I flip it, it says suppression, decay, stagnation. Ooh, okay. That's a lovely, beautiful card. Really like the colours in that. Trapped, and we've got a cage. Okay. Restricted, petrified, hesitant. Petrified. That's another interesting word they've chosen there. I'd have gone with confined, restrained, shackled, bound. You know, the ball and chain kind of energy. And then when we reverse it, it says limitless, fearless, confident. So depending on the cards around this, this could be that the feeling of being trapped could be all in your head, that it's an illusion, it's not real. Travel, journey, distance, adventure. So this feels a little bit like the Fool card. Rooted, union, rest. Got aeroplanes and people walking towards an airport with their luggage. It's a good image for that. Turmoil. Ooh, this definitely feels like a tower card. Chaos, revelation, collapse. And we've got the lightning striking, this really modern looking building in a city. And then we've got this character falling down to the dune. And then when we reverse it, affinity, impasse, restore. Ooh, okay. Ah, victim. Ooh, I got cold chills when I picked this card up. Pushover, self-pity, vulnerable. Yeah, she's hugging herself. She's trying to protect herself. Again, I wish what these bubbles around their heads mean, because we don't actually have a guidebook with this deck, which is something else I meant to say, guys. So reversed, it says champion, admiral, powerful, admirable. I can't say that word. Admirable. Tripping over my tongue. You get what I mean, though, guys. Ooh. And then we've got victory, success, achievement, satisfaction. Yeah, look at her. She is very happy with all she's accomplished. She's like, I did it. I'm amazing. I love the blue hair there as well. And then we've got failure, defeat, frustration. Yeah, this feels a little bit like the Sun card, because that's a card of victory, accomplishment, achievement. So maybe this could also signal burnout as well, that you've done everything you can to achieve your victory, and it might be like a half victory, or, you know, kind of a partial victory, but some losses have been taken and you're not happy. Interesting. These cards are getting hard to pick up now because they're quite slippery. Next card is waiting, prepare, anticipation, pause. And again, we've got a clock around her neck. So controlled by time. And reversed, it says surprise, doubt, and restart. Ooh, interesting. Ooh, we had a husband card, now we have a wife card. So creator, partner, nurturer. She's very pretty, isn't she? And then reversing it, it says wannabe, rival, neglectful. Ooh, wannabe. That's harsh. I like the way they made her ring, her diamond ring, sparkle, so you cannot miss it. Next card is wisdom, insight, belief, institution. Okay, he looks like a professor. And then reversed, it says ignorance, skepticism, liberation. Okay. And then the last card is worry, anxiety, concern, dread. And then reversed, it says tranquility, relief, confidence. So like the relief of the anxiety. So there we go, guys. So the imagery was really interesting. There was kind of a mix of cartoony characters, but then actual people, which was kind of a weird blend. See, that's an actual person. Whereas if I go back, they're like more cartoony. The imagery is really colourful. We obviously have this black border going on as well, which to be honest didn't bother me. That may bother some people. I can see the link with tarot, and I can see this being extremely handy. There was a lot of hard-hitting cards in here though, you know, like mirror, player. That was one that really stood out to me. You know, regret is another one. Servant, you know, there's some really dark cards in here that could really get into the nitty gritty of a situation. So yeah, really interesting. The other thing I wanted to mention is they're quite slippery, guys. So when shuffling, these would be a little bit difficult to manage. So positives for me is they were very colourful. There was a lot of really interesting cards. They had some really quite unusual word choices written on them as well, but they certainly had my mind working and trying to figure out what I believe that card means and what I was picking up from the card. So they were definitely working for me, so that goes in its favour. I like that they're tarot sized, so they're going to be easy to shuffle and handle and carry around with you. Negatives is definitely the box. Another negative is some of the cards, when you reversed them, the colour choice made it quite difficult to read them. There was one card in particular I really struggled because of how pale the colour was. Another negative is there's no guidebook, and quite a few of the images, let's see if I can find one. they have these like bubbles around their heads. There we go. So there's one. And I'm not sure what that's meant to represent. It could be maybe emotion. However, I feel like a guidebook or some kind of explanation, insight into the creator's thought process behind that would have been really interesting. But other than those things, I really do like this deck and I'm looking forward to working with it. But let me know your thoughts, guys. So as always, if you did enjoy this video, please give me a thumbs up, click the bell, and YouTube will tell you when my next video comes out. And if you'd like to offer like, love and support to my channel, you can do that through either my PayPal link or my Amazon wishlist, and they are both provided as links in the description of the video. If you'd like to get in touch with me to book a tarot reading or any of my magical services, you can do that through Facebook, Instagram, X, Tumblr, or via email, and all the links are there, guys. Thank you so much for watching and supporting me. I do appreciate it. As always, be good to each other, and I'll speak to you soon. Blessed be.